Good morning from the bunker here in France. It's Sunday, the 12th of April, and happy Easter, however you choose to celebrate it and mark the occasion. I hope you're all well. And yeah, life is good here. A bit overcast, a bit cloudy today, but still a fabulous day. Barbecuing later on, so all is good, and looking forward to that. So I thought I'd just give a quick update, keep my sanity intact, make sure the world is still out there as well. And I went to the shops for the day, as you know, all very exciting stuff. But yeah, we're okay. We're stocked. We're all right for another week now. So there's an interesting book, and this is nothing to do with. It's not a plug for these guys or gals or anything like that. But I have lots of books on my shelf. You can see here, and I have read them all. And I've got all sorts of things that I've been given and picked up over time. This is one that I was given some time ago. L.Ron Hubbard, Scientology. You all heard of the Church of Scientology. Not a plug for Scientology at all. I think he's a bit of a lunatic. But the book is interesting in certain places. And one of the things that he says or suggests or recommends, whatever, is on page 21 in the book. And he says there are three conditions that make up or constitute life, and they are be, do, and have. Now you'll see this be, do, have model principle in flowing through personal development models and principles all over the world. They've changed it and modified it a bit, but be, do, and have. This is probably where it first came from back in the 1950s. But interestingly, it does make me sort of think a little bit. We've got a golden opportunity now with the whole economy. The world is on pause. We can sit back and, oh, and you're going to be okay, by the way, so relax about that. Sit back and think and relax and think, well, what could we do different? And I remember speaking to a lady up in Luxembourg, doesn't matter who it was, and she works for a big bank. And I don't know much about big banks and how they work. My background is not financial services at all. And I was intrigued, and I said to her, so look, you know, what do you do? What is it you actually do with the bank? You know, what's your role? What's your job? She said, I've got one job. She said, my job is to make rich people richer. Oh, okay. Doesn't sound very exciting. And she said, no, it's not. She said, I hate it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it at all. She said, I've got I went to college, went to university, got a degree. I've got two master's degrees, and I've been in this organization for a number of years, and I tolerate it because they pay me well. So the money's good, so I put up with it. I tolerate, you know, she tolerates her boss, she tolerates the drudgery, she tolerates the environment because they pay her well. And you think, crikey, how many people are doing that in their organization or their career or their company or even their own business sometimes as well? Well, you don't have to do that. This is a good opportunity to look back. Now, if you want to have a different outcome, happier, more successful, more balanced, whatever you want to have in your life, it is dependent upon who you are being and what you are doing. Now, if you're being somebody you don't really want to be, either going through the motions in a tainted relationship or you're tolerating things in your career and you're doing things you don't enjoy, just making rich people richer, which in itself, I get it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not the most exciting thing in the world. So if you're being somebody that you shouldn't be or you don't want to be, and you're doing things you don't enjoy, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have things you don't want, don't expect, and don't like having around. Having is an outcome. It's the end result, the net result. So to change this around, consider who do you want to be? Who are you? What's your natural style and personality? And you can write this down. You can build your own profile. Who are you really? What are you like as a person, as an individual, as a mother, a father, a husband, wife, partner, brother, sister, whatever it is? What are you really like? Who is the real you? What's the essence of you? And then what would you really love to do? What would you absolutely love to do? What's your dream? What's your passion? What does it look like? And if it isn't what you currently do, or did before the fire started, if you like, well, then you can make some choices, but get the being straight first. Who are you? What are you really like? What's your personality, your style, your essence? What do you want to do? And then you'll figure out, or you'll attract, or you'll develop what you really want to have, which could be happiness and balance and health and well-being. And if you change the formula around that way, then you can make a change, a positive change. Now, it doesn't mean you have to leave your job and go and hug a tree and live on a kibbutz, but start with the being. Who are you? People get lost in their jobs and their careers. I see them all the time. And another chap, another guy in Luxembourg, I learned with him some time ago, and he was a very high level guy, lovely suit, lovely car, everything looked great. And I said to him, I said, "Are you happy doing what you do? I was, just over lunch. Are you happy doing what you do? He went, no, no, of course not. I work for a bank. Of course not happy. And it turns out I think he'd been divorced 3 times. He got no kids. He worked his whole life in the bank, working his way through, put up with the backbiting, the politics, and the backstabbing, got to this level. And it was like his ego was holding him in there. That's all it was holding him in there. He was good at what he did, I suppose. I mean, good for him. But he wasn't happy. It was like talking to a piece of dead wood. There's no sparkle there. And I asked him, well, what would you do if you had the choice? What would you actually do if you had the choice? What would you do? He said, I'd love to go and do, and he wanted to go and travel. He wanted to go and travel and do some like hiking and travel the world and see some people and this. I said, great. He's got the money. He's a rich guy. Why don't you go and do it? Why don't you go and do it? Oh, I can't. And what he was saying was basically his ego, his identity was so tied to the organization, he couldn't make a break. And that's a real shame. He's a lovely guy as well. So during this lockdown, just consider, who do you want to be? Who are you? What's the real you? What should that person be doing? What would you love doing? What gives great value? What would you enjoy? What nourishes you? And then what will you have? What will you attract? What's the outcome going to be? And it may be that now the formula's all out of balance. You're getting stress and heartache and unhappiness. Well, guess what? It's because you're not being and doing what you maybe should be doing. So consider that. You have time on your hands. We've got time on our hands right now. And I hope that helps, and have a bit of fun with it, and see what changes you can make. Observe yourself, look for opportunities, and see what happens. So enjoy that. Have a fabulous weekend, and stay away from people, apart from those you sort of live with, I suppose, to be fair. And I'll speak to you on what will be Monday. Have a great day, great weekend, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now.